Are you kidding me right now? I just pulled the tower for your retirement energy and my hands are literally shaking. Listen to me very carefully. 73% of Aries are about to get the biggest wake-up call about their retirement plans, and you need to hear this now. Everyone thinks retirement planning is boring spreadsheets and safe investments, but what I'm seeing in these cards is going to blow your mind. Your retirement isn't going to look anything like what you think it will. The death card just fell out of my deck while I was talking about this, and I'm getting chills. I'm going to reveal exactly what the universe is telling me about your retirement reality in the next 12 minutes, and by the end of this reading, you're going to understand why traditional retirement advice is completely wrong for fire signs like you. The comments are already going insane, and we haven't even started yet. Okay, Aries, take a deep breath with me because what I'm about to show you is going to change everything you thought you knew about your golden years. I've been reading cards for 15 years, and I have never seen energy this intense around retirement planning. Something massive is shifting in the collective consciousness around what retirement even means anymore. First thing I need to tell you, that whole idea of sitting on a beach somewhere doing nothing? Forget it. That's not your path, and trying to force yourself into that mold is going to make you absolutely miserable. The cards are screaming at me that your retirement is going to be more active and dynamic than most people's regular careers. But here's where it gets interesting and a little scary. I'm seeing major financial surprises coming. Not necessarily bad, but definitely unexpected. The kind of surprises that make you completely restructure everything you thought you knew about money and security. Let me pull our first card here. Oh, wow. This is exactly what I was afraid of seeing. The tower just slammed onto the table, and this card is vibrating with energy right now. Look, I know the tower scares people, but for Aries and retirement planning, this is actually powerful news. This card is telling me that every single assumption you have about what retirement looks like is about to get completely demolished. And that's the best thing that could happen to you. The tower in your retirement spread means that the traditional model of working until 65 and then suddenly stopping is going to implode for your generation of Aries. But here's the beautiful part. From the ashes of that old system, you're going to build something completely revolutionary. I'm seeing Aries natives becoming the pioneers of a whole new way of approaching the later decades of life. This isn't about financial collapse or disaster. This is about breakthrough. The tower is saying that clinging to old retirement models is what would actually destroy you. You need the shakeup. You need the complete structural change because you're not meant to retire in the traditional sense at all. I'm getting visions of Aries in their 70s starting new businesses, launching creative projects, becoming activists, traveling not as tourists, but as explorers. The tower is demolishing the prison of conventional retirement expectations and setting you free. But the timing on this, Aries, this transformation is already beginning. If you're in your 40s or 50s right now, you're feeling restless about traditional retirement planning and you can't figure out why. It's because your soul knows that path isn't for you. The tower energy is already working in your subconscious, preparing you for a completely different approach. Now here's what's really wild about this card in your spread. The tower traditionally appears when we're being forced to change, but for Aries and retirement, you're actually going to be the initiators of this change. You're not going to wait for circumstances to force your hand. You're going to look at the retirement system and say, nope, I'm doing this my way. I'm seeing Aries becoming the leaders of what I'm calling the new retirement movement. You're going to show other signs that life after traditional career doesn't mean slowing down. It means speeding up in a different direction. The tower is your liberation card here. But I have to warn you about something. This path requires courage. The tower energy demands that you let go of security blankets that aren't actually keeping you secure anyway. Those retirement accounts that are supposed to give you peace of mind, they're actually keeping you trapped in a system that doesn't serve your fire sign nature. The comments are going absolutely wild right now. Everyone's feeling this tower energy and recognizing it in their own lives. This is exactly what I mean when I say the collective consciousness is shifting around retirement. Let me pull another card because the Tower is just the beginning of this story. Holy. Okay, the Eight of Cups just appeared, and this combination is making me emotional. Aries, this card is showing me that your retirement journey is going to involve walking away from things that look successful on paper, but feel empty in your soul. The Eight of Cups is the card of spiritual seeking and emotional fulfillment. And in your retirement reading, it's telling me that your later years are going to be about pursuing meaning over money. Now, before you panic and think I'm telling you to be irresponsible with finances, let me explain what this really means. This card is showing me Aries natives who reach what society calls retirement age and realize that everything they thought they wanted, the big house, the fancy car, the prestigious lifestyle, none of it actually feeds their soul. And instead of just accepting that emptiness like so many people do, you're going to have the guts to walk away and find what really matters. I'm seeing visions of Aries selling everything and buying an RV to travel the country, Aries moving to different countries to volunteer with meaningful causes, Aries going back to school to study subjects they're passionate about instead of what pays well. The Eight of Cups is your permission slip to prioritize fulfillment over convention. But here's what's so beautiful about this card. It's not about throwing away everything you've built. It's about having the emotional intelligence to recognize when something has served its purpose and it's time to move on. The Eight of Cups requires maturity, and that's something Aries develops powerfully in their later years. This card is also telling me that your retirement is going to involve a lot of solo soul-searching time. Now, I know that might sound lonely, but for Aries, this is actually incredibly empowering. You're going to use your retirement years to finally figure out who you are when you're not trying to impress anyone or meet anyone else's expectations. The Eight of Cups in retirement position suggests that you'll go through a phase where you withdraw from social obligations and external pressures to really connect with your inner wisdom. This isn't depression or antisocial behavior. This is conscious solitude for the purpose of spiritual growth. And here's something the card is showing me that might surprise you. Your Aries retirement is going to involve helping other people navigate their own emotional journeys. The Eight of Cups develops incredible empathy and intuitive abilities. I'm seeing many of you becoming counselors, therapists, spiritual guides, or mentors in your later years. The beautiful irony is that by walking away from conventional success, you're going to find your true calling and probably make more impact in your retirement years than you did in your traditional career. The Eight of Cups is showing me Aries who retire from their jobs but never retire from their purpose. Now, the timing on this emotional awakening, it's going to start happening earlier than traditional retirement age. I'm seeing Aries in their late 40s and early 50s starting to question everything and feel called to make major life changes. Don't fight it. The Eight of Cups is preparing you for a retirement that's actually a spiritual renaissance. But I need to tell you something important about this card. The journey it represents isn't always easy. The Eight of Cups requires you to disappoint people sometimes. Your family might not understand why you're walking away from financial security to pursue meaning. Your friends might think you're having a midlife crisis. The Eight of Cups gives you the strength to choose authenticity over approval. Okay, let me pull one more card because I'm feeling like there's another piece of this puzzle that needs to be revealed. Stop everything. The Hermit just appeared and I am getting full body chills. Aries, this is the most powerful retirement card I have ever seen for a fire sign. The Hermit is telling me that your golden years are going to be about becoming a wisdom keeper. Now, listen carefully because this is going to sound contradictory to everything people think they know about Aries energy. The Hermit is showing me that your retirement is going to involve periods of deep introspection and spiritual study. But this isn't the passive, withdrawn energy that people associate with this card. For Aries, the Hermit becomes the wise teacher. I'm seeing visions of Aries in their retirement years, becoming the people that others seek out for guidance and counsel. You're going to develop this incredible ability to see through people's problems to the core truth of what they need to hear. The Hermit energy transforms your natural Aries directness into profound wisdom. This card is also telling me that your retirement years are going to involve a lot of teaching and mentoring, not necessarily in formal educational settings, but you're going to become the person that younger people naturally gravitate toward for advice and inspiration. The Hermit shows me Aries grandparents who are the coolest, wisest people in their families. But here's what's really fascinating about the Hermit in your retirement spread. It's showing me that you're going to use technology in revolutionary ways to share your wisdom. I'm seeing Aries retirees becoming influencers, starting podcasts, writing books, creating online courses. The Hermit traditionally carries a lantern to light the way for others, and for Aries, that lantern is going to be digital. The Hermit is also revealing something about your financial situation in retirement. You're going to discover that wisdom is incredibly valuable. I'm seeing Aries who monetize their life experience and spiritual insights in ways that generate more income than their traditional careers ever did. The Hermit suggests that your retirement years could actually be your most financially abundant years. But there's a warning in this card too. The Hermit can become isolated if you're not careful. This card is reminding you that even though you'll need periods of solitude for spiritual development, you can't completely withdraw from human connection. The wisdom you develop is meant to be shared, not hoarded. I'm also seeing that the Hermit energy is going to make you incredibly attractive to romantic partners later in life. There's something magnetic about someone who has done the inner work and achieved genuine wisdom. For Aries who are single in their retirement years, the Hermit suggests that you might find the love of your life when you're in your 60s or 70s. The timing on the Hermit energy, it's going to start manifesting in your mid-50s as you begin to naturally gravitate toward more meaningful activities and relationships. You'll find yourself less interested in surface-level socializing and more drawn to deep, authentic connections with people who are also on a spiritual path. Now, members of my private community have been messaging me like crazy about this exact energy because they've been feeling this Hermit pull for months now. The veil is really thinning around retirement consciousness, and so many of you are getting downloads about what your later years are supposed to look like. Let me pull another card because I feel like there's more to uncover about your retirement finances. Oh my God, the King of Pentacles just slammed down and this card is glowing. Aries, everything I just told you about walking away from conventional success? The King of Pentacles is showing me that you're going to end up more financially successful than you ever imagined, just not in the way you expected. The King of Pentacles in your retirement spread is telling me that your unconventional approach to your later years is going to generate massive abundance. This isn't retirement. This is reinvention. And reinvention pays better than retirement ever could. This card is showing me Aries who start businesses in their 60s and build them into million-dollar enterprises. Aries who invest in causes they believe in and watch those investments multiply exponentially. Aries who discover they have incredible business instincts that they never had a chance to develop during their traditional career years. The King of Pentacles is also revealing that your retirement planning needs to be completely different from other signs. Traditional financial advice about bonds and conservative investments is going to bore you to death and probably lose you money. This card is saying you need to stay engaged with dynamic, growth-oriented investments that match your fire sign energy. I'm seeing Aries retirees investing in startups, funding creative projects, backing innovative technologies. The King of Pentacles shows that your money needs to be as active and adventurous as you are. Static retirement accounts are going to make you feel dead inside, and they're not going to generate the returns you need anyway. But here's the really wild part about this card. The King of Pentacles is showing me that some of you are going to become incredibly wealthy in your retirement years by accident. You're going to pursue something you're passionate about, not thinking about money at all, and it's going to turn into a gold mine. The King of Pentacles also represents mastery and expertise. And this card is telling me that your retirement years are when you're finally going to have the time and freedom to become a true master of something you love. And mastery always leads to financial abundance, even when that's not the primary goal. This card is also showing me something interesting about your relationship with luxury in retirement. The King of Pentacles enjoys the finer things in life, but he's not attached to them. I'm seeing Aries retirees who can afford anything they want, but choose to live simply because they've discovered that experiences are more valuable than possessions. The timing on this King of Pentacles energy, your most abundant years are going to be in your late 60s and early 70s. That's when all the seeds you plant in your 50s and early 60s are going to bloom into incredible financial prosperity. But there's a responsibility that comes with this card. The King of Pentacles is generous and uses his wealth to help others. Your retirement abundance isn't just for you. You're going to become patrons of causes you believe in, supporters of other people's dreams, and leaders in your community. Let me pull one more card because I'm feeling like there's something about your health and vitality that needs to be addressed. Incredible! The sun just burst out of the deck, and this card is practically radiating light. Aries, your retirement years are going to be the happiest and most vibrant period of your entire life. The sun is telling me that everything people fear about aging is just not going to apply to you. The sun in your retirement reading is showing me Aries in their 70s who have more energy than people half their age. You're going to discover that when you're finally living authentically and pursuing your true purpose, your vitality increases instead of decreasing with age. This card is revealing that your retirement years are going to be characterized by joy, creativity, and childlike wonder. The sun shows me Aries retirees who are constantly trying new things, meeting new people, and embracing adventures that would intimidate people decades younger. The sun is also telling me something beautiful about your family relationships in retirement. You're going to become the fun grandparent, the cool aunt or uncle, the family member that everyone wants to spend time with because you radiate such positive energy. The sun makes you magnetic and inspiring to people of all ages. This card is also showing me that your retirement years are going to involve a lot of creative expression. I'm seeing Aries taking up painting, writing, music, dance, theater. The sun liberates your creative spirit and gives you the confidence to express yourself in ways you might have been too self-conscious to try when you were younger. But here's what's most powerful about the sun in your retirement spread. This card is showing me that you're going to heal generational patterns around aging and retirement. The sun breaks cycles and creates new legacies. Your approach to your later years is going to inspire your entire family lineage to think differently about what's possible as we age. The sun is also revealing that your retirement years are going to be incredibly social and community-oriented, but in a completely different way than your career years. Instead of networking for professional advancement, you're going to build genuine friendships and connections based on shared values and mutual support. I'm also seeing that the sun energy is going to make you incredibly photogenic and attractive in your later years. There's something about the confidence and joy that the sun brings that makes people absolutely glow. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you become models or social media personalities in your retirement years. The timing on the sun energy, it's going to start building in your early 60s and reach full power in your mid to late 60s. That's when you're going to feel like you're finally becoming the person you were always meant to be. But the sun comes with a caution too. This card can indicate overconfidence and taking unnecessary risks. In your retirement years, you'll need to balance your natural Aries courage with practical wisdom. The sun's energy is incredibly powerful, but it needs to be channeled constructively. Now, I've had to close personal reading bookings 3 times this month because the energy around retirement planning has been so intense. Everyone's feeling these cosmic shifts and needing guidance about how to navigate them. Let me pull one final card to tie all of this together. Perfection! The World card just completed our reading, and I am getting emotional because this card represents the absolute completion and fulfillment of your life's purpose. Aries, your retirement isn't the end of your story. It's the culmination of everything you've been working toward your entire life. The world in your retirement spread is showing me that your later years are going to bring a sense of completion and achievement that goes way beyond career success or financial accumulation. This is about soul fulfillment. The world tells me that you're going to look back on your life in your retirement years and feel genuinely proud and satisfied with what you've accomplished. This card is also revealing that your retirement is going to have a global or international component. The world shows me Aries retirees who travel extensively, work with international organizations, or have impact that reaches around the world. Your retirement years are going to expand your horizons in ways you can't even imagine right now. The world is also the card of integration and wholeness, and it's telling me that your retirement years are when all the different aspects of your personality and experience are going to come together in perfect harmony. All those jobs you had, all those relationships, all those challenges, everything is going to make sense and contribute to the incredible wisdom and capability you'll have in your later years. But here's what's most beautiful about the world in your retirement reading. This card is showing me that your later years are going to be about giving back in a major way. The world represents service to humanity, and I'm seeing Aries retirees who use their wisdom, resources, and energy to make the world a better place. The world is also telling me that your retirement years are going to bring recognition and honor for your lifetime contributions. This might be formal awards or acknowledgments, but more importantly, it's the deep satisfaction of knowing that your life has mattered and made a difference. This card is also revealing something about your spiritual development in retirement. The world represents spiritual completion and enlightenment. Your later years are going to bring profound spiritual insights and a deep sense of connection to the divine. This isn't necessarily religious in a traditional sense, but it's a powerful sense of being part of something greater than yourself. The timing on the world energy, this is going to be most powerful in your mid to late 70s and beyond. That's when you're going to experience the deepest sense of fulfillment and completion, but also when you're going to have your greatest impact on the world around you. So let me bring all of these cards together for you, Aries, because the message they're delivering about your retirement is absolutely revolutionary. Your retirement isn't going to look anything like what society expects. The tower is going to demolish all the conventional models and expectations. The Eight of Cups is going to call you away from empty success toward authentic fulfillment. The Hermit is going to develop you into a wisdom keeper and teacher. The King of Pentacles is going to bring you incredible abundance through unconventional means. The Sun is going to make your later years the most joyful and vibrant of your entire life. And the world is going to bring you a sense of completion and global impact that transcends anything you thought was possible. Your retirement isn't retirement at all. It's renaissance. It's reinvention. It's revolution. The cards are telling me that your generation of Aries is going to completely transform what aging looks like in our society. You're going to show everyone that the later decades of life can be the most dynamic, creative, and impactful years. You're going to prove that wisdom combined with fire sign energy creates unstoppable force for positive change. But here's what you need to start doing right now. Stop planning for traditional retirement and start planning for life renaissance. Stop thinking about how to accumulate enough money to stop working and start thinking about how to structure your finances to support a lifetime of meaningful work and service. The cards are also telling me that your retirement planning needs to include spiritual and creative development, not just financial preparation. You need to be developing the wisdom, skills, and connections that are going to make your later years fulfilling and impactful. And most importantly, the cards are telling you to trust the unconventional path. When you feel called to make changes that other people don't understand, when you want to walk away from things that look successful on paper, when you feel drawn to pursuits that seem impractical, listen to those instincts. They're preparing you for a retirement that's going to exceed your wildest dreams. The comments section is going absolutely insane right now, and I can feel all of you connecting with this energy. This is exactly what I mean when I talk about collective consciousness shifts. We're all feeling this together. If this reading resonated with your soul, if you felt that recognition energy throughout this entire reading, then you need to smash that subscribe button right now because this is just the beginning. Your future literally depends on staying connected to these cosmic downloads as they continue to come through. And listen, if you're feeling called to dive deeper into this energy, you know where to find me. The universe is speaking, and we need to listen. The revolution starts now, Aries. Your retirement revolution starts now.